Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Children, in the last video, I have explained you chapter number 12, radioactivity. In this chapter, I have explained you alpha emission and gamma emission. Again, I'm explaining you, just recapitulating what we have done in the last video of like alpha emission and beta emission, children. Children, what is alpha emission? Alpha emission is the emission of what? An alpha particle from the nucleus of an atom. Whenever two protons and two neutrons come out together from the nucleus, we say that alpha emission occur. Okay. See, for example, there is a parent nucleus whose mass number is A and atomic number is Z. When an alpha particle 4,2He, this is the alpha particle, is emitted out from the nucleus, then the daughter nucleus is what? There will be a decrease of 4 from the mass number and decrease of 2 in from the atomic number. So the daughter nucleus has 4 nucleons less than the parent nucleus and 2 protons less than the parent nucleus. So this is an equation of what? An alpha emission. For example, a radioactive nucleus of 23892 uranium isotope. Then what will happen when an alpha particle has come out from the nucleus of this then what will happen? There's a decrease of 4 from the mass number and decrease of 2 from the atomic number, children. So this is called the parent nucleus, uranium, and thorium 23490. Thorium is the daughter nucleus, children. Now I already explained you beta emission. What is beta emission, children? Beta emission equation is what? Whenever from in the nucleus there is a change of the neutron to proton. Whenever in the nucleus neutron gets changed into proton, there is an emission of an electron, which is called what? Beta particle, children. Okay, it is represented by 0 minus 1 E. So 10N is the neutron. When it converts into proton 11P, there is an emission of electron or beta particle. Okay, for example, since now in the nucleus neutron is getting converted to proton. Okay, that means neutron number is decreased by 1 and proton number is increased by 1. But the total mass number remains same. Total number of nucleons remains same. But there is an increase in the atomic number. That means there is an increase in the number of protons, children. For example, if there is a parent nucleus A, ZP, then what will happen when there is a beta emission from it? Its mass number will remain same. Since why? Because a neutron is getting changed into proton. There is nothing different. There is no change in the mass number. But since proton number is increased by 1, so the atomic number is also increased by 1, children. Okay, children? Now, I explained you that P and Q, the daughter nucleus, the parent nucleus and the daughter nucleus are isobars. What are isobars? Isobars are the nucleus of or the atoms of different elements having the same mass number but different atomic number, children. But different atomic number. That's why P and Q are called isobars. Okay, children? This I have explained you. For example, if we have a nucleus of carbon 146C, okay, it is having 6 protons and how many neutrons? 8 neutrons, children. When it emits a beta particle, what will happen? A neutron is changing into proton. That means what? Mass number will remain same, but the proton is increased. That means what? 6 plus 1, 7. 14, 7, N. Okay. Plus 0 minus 1, E. There should be plus also, children. Okay. There will be a plus as well. Okay. So this is called what? Beta emission. Here carbon and nitrogen are isobars. Why? Because they have same mass number but different atomic number, children. This is all about beta emission. Now what will happen? What happens in gamma emission, children? See. In many cases, children, alpha emission and beta emission is found to be followed by the gamma emission. Now, when gamma emission happens? Usually, when the daughter nucleus after the alpha emission or beta emission is in excited state. Is in excited state means what? It has excess of energy or it is unstable nucleus. Then what happens? It becomes stable by the emission of that excess of energy. What if, for example, if after emitting an alpha particle, the daughter nucleus is not stable, it has excess of energy, then what will happen? That daughter nucleus will get stable by emitting out its excess of energy in the form of gamma radiations, children. Okay, so and the gamma radiation takes no mass and no electric charge from the nucleus, that is, no protons or protons are lost. Hence, the nucleus does not decay into a different nucleus. Okay, that is, there is no change in the mass number A and the atomic number Z of the nucleus in gamma emission, children. See, what is the equation of an gamma equation? Gamma emission, see. See, when A, Z is the mass number, Z is the atomic number of a nucleus X, this star above of it represents that it has excess of energy or it is in excited state. Okay, it is not stable, that means. Okay, it is in excited state, children. When it is in excited state, what will happen? To become stable or to lose its excess of energy, what happens? It emits gamma radiation. Gamma radiation has no neutrons or no protons. Okay, that means it is not taking any mass nor any charge from the nucleus. That's why we are not putting any mass number and atomic number on gamma. Okay, now after emitting this excess of energy in the form of gamma radiation, this X will become stable. Now we'll represent this this nucleus by AZ X. We will not put here star because now it is in now stable state. It has lost or it has lose its excess of energy in the form of gamma radiation, children. Okay, now students, few points to note. First point is what, children? See, the electron emitted in beta decay does not exist in the nucleus. I explained you what I explained you, that whenever there is a change in the neutron, from the neutron to proton inside the nucleus, an electron is emitted out. Since electron cannot reside inside the nucleus, so it will come out in the form of beta particle, children. Okay. Second point to understand is that what? In a single radioactive decay, when it is only single or a unit radioactive decay, alpha or beta emission cannot be are never emitted out simultaneously. That means it is not the case then in which the alpha and beta particles are coming out together from the nucleus. Either alpha emission is there or beta emission is there, but gamma emission can be done with alpha emission or beta emission. Okay, children, because gamma emission has no effect on the gamma emission does not affect any neutron number or proton number of the nucleus. Okay, that means what, children? Alpha or beta emission cannot be occurring simultaneously, but gamma emission can occur with both the alpha or beta emission, children. Okay, now next point to understand is what, children? The daughter product after the emission of either alpha particle or beta particle may again be radioactive. It can be radioactive as well. If the parent daughter nucleus is not stable, then it is radioactive, we say, and it may further decay by emitting either the alpha particle or the beta particle. This process continues till a stable nucleus is formed. What it means that after we cannot say कि एक ही अल्फा एमिशन के बाद वो जो डॉटर न्यूक्लियस बना है वो स्टेबल हो जाएगा. Okay, it can happen that after emitting an alpha particle the daughter nucleus is still unstable. To become stable, it can again emit an alpha particle or an beta particle. Understand, children? Now children, I will explain you uses of radioactivity. Okay, where we are using all these radioisotopes which we are having. Okay, now what are our radioisotopes, children? I already explained you the isotopes of some elements with atomic number Z is less than 82 are also found to be radioactive. They are called the radioisotopes, children. Now, first of all, where we are using all these radioisotopes? First of all, its medical use I will explain you. Medical use is what, children? In many diseases such as leukemia, cancer, etc. are cured by radiotherapy. Okay. Gamma radiations from cobalt 60 is the mass number of cobalt, are used to treat cancer by killing the cells in the malignant tumor of the patient. That means the gamma radiation which are emitted by cobalt 60 are used to kill the cancerous cells of the patient. Okay, for radiotherapy, radiations must be able to penetrate the human skin. Now which radiations are able to penetrate the human skin, children? Gamma radiations. Alpha particles cannot penetrate, okay, because alpha particles can go only 3 centimeter to 5 centimeter in the air. It cannot penetrate the human skin. Gamma radiations have high penetrating power. That's why we are using gamma radiations from cobalt 60 to treat cancer, okay, to kill cancerous cells. Now next use of in medical is what? The salts of weak radioactive isotopes such as radiosodium chloride, radioiron, radioiodine are used for diagnosis, okay, to detect. Such radioisotopes are called the tracers. These tracers are used to detect the suspected brain tumors and blood clots before they become dangerous. Okay, we are putting these traces inside the body, and then they are used to detect the suspected brain tumors. If they are used for diagnosis whether there's a brain tumor or not. Before becoming them they become dangerous, we are going to diagnose them with the help of weak radioisotopes, children. Okay, next is what? Gamma rays emitted by the radioisotopes are used to sterilize bandages, dressings, syringes, and other equipments to make them free of germs. This method is quicker, more reliable, and cheaper than the process of sterilization by heat. Okay, that means to sterilize the medical equipments like needles, bandages, dressings, all other the equipments, to make them free from germs, we are using gamma radiations. This method is more effective and cheaper also than the process of sterilization by heat. Okay, now these all were the medical use of radioisotopes. Secondly, I will explain you scientific use. What are the scientific use of radioactive isotopes? See, children, alpha particles emitted from the radioisotopes are used as projectiles for nuclear reactions. Okay, projectiles means we are used for the alpha particles as starting of an nuclear chain. Okay, the scattering of alpha particles from the nucleus helps us in estimating the size of the nucleus and in understanding the nature of the nuclear forces. The radioactive tracers are used in agriculture science to study the growth of plants by using a particular chemical manure. Okay. For example, to know how readily a plant takes in phosphate and to which part of the plant the phosphate goes, we use this radioactive tracers, children. Likewise, for carbon dating, yes, carbon dating is the main use of carbon dating is a phenomena in which we detect or estimate the age of any rock or any buried plants. Okay, so what we do in this carbon dating, the age of excavated material of archaeological importance like rocks and buried plants is estimated by the study of rate of decay of carbon-14 by beta emission in the remain of dead plants. By what rate carbon-14 is decaying, by that rate we can assume or we can estimate the age of the excavated material, children. Okay, children. Now, industrial use. What is industrial use of radioisotopes? Radioisotopes are used as fuel for the atomic energy reactors. In atomic reactors, we are using 23592U uranium as a fuel. Okay, children. Now, we are using the penetrating power of the beta radiations emitted from the radioisotopes. They are used to control the thickness of paper, plastic and metal sheets during their manufacturing. Okay, we know that the penetrating power of beta particles, we are used them to control the thickness of paper and plastic sheets during their manufacturing. Okay, children. Now, these all are the industrial uses of radioisotopes, children. Now, your work is to learn and read the chapter radioactivity and do the question answer of given on page number 297, exercise 12A, children. Do mark the answers in your book itself. In the next video, I will explain you and discuss the question answers with you, children. I hope you all will read the chapter. Thank you, children.